Richard, it's lovely to be back. How are you all doing?
Yeah, we're great down here.
Good.
Yeah, good to have you back.
Thank you very much. So we're here today to talk about your latest project, Vespasian, which is located here in Poole. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Vespasian is a development of 64 apartments and one retail unit on the ground floor. We took control of the site a long while ago now because obviously the virus has been a bit of an issue on start dates.
Yeah.
Got the planning, had to wait for a year because of obviously the lockdown.
Yep.
And we're on site now and going great guns.
Fantastic. So I can see from the drawings that it's going to be an amazing development at a really affordable price point, especially for a waterfront development. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we've done that on purpose. I mean, there was a development done 20 years ago, or about 18 years ago in fact, called Quay. And they made the apartments too big and too expensive.
Right.
And you know, a lot of people get confused that just because it's Poole, it's not Sandbanks. Sandbanks is where you get obviously the really premium product and really premium prices.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Poole Quay is slightly different, and I think obviously being local, we've obviously been very in tune to what the people can afford. That would probably go to Poole Quay.
Yeah.
And they're a different type of person that would go to Sandbanks.
Yeah.
So we purposely pitched them at very sensible money. But where else can you get a holiday home starting at 185 by the water?
Absolutely.
And you walk out your front door and you've got all of those amenities. I mean, it's going to be great for people.
Yeah, I can see the view as well is absolutely stunning right over into Poole Harbour.
Yeah, I think it's quite something.
It is, it's amazing. It's really, really exciting. So who do you expect your demographic of buyer to be then?
Well, I think one of the things of keeping the prices at that point, I mean, they obviously go up to 300,000, that's the starting point.
Yeah.
I think the demographics will be very wide. The spectrum will be extremely wide. I mean, you'll get downsizers, you'll get people buying small holiday homes. I mean, to be frank with you, some beach huts cost more than 175,000, 185,000 down here. So to own your own apartment right on Poole Quay for that sort of money is going to be, you know, great. And I think also a lot of young people will want to live there. With obviously got the Help to Buy scheme, and that will be one of the last developments in the south coast of England with Help to Buy, because obviously that ends in April 2023.
Right.
So this development was finished in September 2022. So there'll be a 6-month window to buy something with Help to Buy. So I think the spectrum will be very wide.
Really exciting.
Yeah,
that's great. And so the area, it's right on the quay. Tell us a little bit about what's going on around there.
Poole Quay is a historical area. I mean, it goes all the way back to the Romans when they were here.
Right.
Hence the name Vespasian.
Okay.
And I think you walk out of that front door, you've got restaurants galore, bars galore, you've got a quayside. I mean, it's a happening place. I mean, in the summer, you know, as long as it's not raining, it's a place to be. And there's always something to do. You know, there's museums, there's all things down there. And so it's an enjoyable environment.
Okay. And so from start to finish, how long are you expecting the project to take?
18 months. I mean,
that's good.
Albeit that we had the issue when COVID was on and we couldn't do anything. No one really wanted to start because everyone was really worried that everything would get locked down. So obviously the contractor didn't want to make a start until we roughly knew where we were. But 18 months is the timeline from start to finish.
Cracking the whip, I'm sure.
I'm cracking the whip. You want to believe that? I was down there this morning. So yeah, I think they will make it up. They're really getting a move on now, so I'm pretty sure we'll be fine.
Good. And so what's kind of been the best part of the project so far for you?
Seeing it coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, because of where it is on the quayside,
Yeah.
there's been obviously an enormous amount of work in the ground, and you know, all I've seen is money going out.
Nothing going up.
And I go down there and I don't see anything, and obviously that becomes a little disconcerting. But we're out the ground now, and you know, we're on our way up.
Good. And would you say then that was probably the worst part of the project, going and looking like there's not much progress?
Yeah, it's a nerve-wracking time.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're going to find in the ground.
Yeah.
And you know, we're out and we haven't found anything in the ground.
Good.
All the piling's been done. There's 278 piles there.
Wow.
There's a lot of piles, and you know, we're on our way up, which is great news. We've got a time-lapse camera on the site, so we can watch it from the office.
Yeah, I saw that on your website actually. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
And you know, I kept looking at the time-lapse camera and thinking, wow, one day.
It's coming. It'll come on Monday.
Exactly.
And so sustainability has been a big part of this project. Tell us what's been going on in that sense.
Well, Fortitudo have got that word in their sort of DNA, and
Yeah.
we have done ever since 2017, where we took a decision not to put gas in any of our developments. So everything is done from air source heat pumps. Obviously, sustainability is a difficult word in development because a lot of the materials come from abroad. However, we're doing as much as we possibly can to make it as sustainable as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And we've used these air source heat pumps in other developments, been very, very successful and extremely cheap for the buyer to run.
Okay, that's a very important thing as well, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good another incentive as well for people to buy, isn't it? If they've got low maintenance, low build costs.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so before we kind of round things up, you touched before on the name Vespasian. Tell us a little bit about the reason for calling the project that.
I, as you are well aware,
You love a
always look at the
story,
history.
love a backstory.
I love the history of all the sites, and I always go into the history of our sites.
Yeah.
And Vespasian was the first Roman ruler in Poole, and he was in charge of bottling oysters and sending them back to Rome.
Wow.
And even today, Poole is very, 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 very famous for its oysters and shellfish. And they used to bottle it all up and send it back to Rome in vinegar. And the Romans and the emperors in Rome used to eat the Poole oysters. It's amazing.
Wow, what a story.
I know. Amazing.
That is really amazing. I always enjoy the reason behind the names of your projects.
Thank you.
Well, it's been lovely chatting to you.
My pleasure.
And I'm really looking forward to getting onto site now and taking a look and seeing the project come to life.
Great. Take care.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Cheers.